this is where MAGA comes to talk. Okay, so the Democrats are up to a very devious plan, and I'll talk about this in more detail on my podcast this afternoon. So, but I'll give you guys a little sneak peek here. This battle is going on between these wackadoodle Democrat Socialist of America and the the Democrat establishment. So the Democrat establishment and the Democrat Socialist of America are really fighting it out pretty hard on who is going to be, running the party after the November election. And of course, the Democrat establishment, what they're doing a couple of things here. One, they're actively working to lose the midterms. They understand, the Democrats understand that, I'm talking about the Democrat establishment, right? The old guard of the Democrat Party, of which AOC has joined, which I'll explain in a moment. The Democrat establishment know that the only way they can purge themselves of these Democrat Socialist of America lunatics is if they lose the midterms and then they blame the loss on the Democrat Socialist of America. And the other thing the Democrats know, the Democrat establishment, right? The Democrat Socialists are not, they're fake Democrats anyway, but the Democrat establishment have finally accepted that everything that they've been advocating for the last several years, the American people just don't agree with them at all. And what they're doing is they're taking a book, and this is really, I'm surprised that they're doing this. What the Democrats are doing, and think about it, it's 2026. They're taking a book from Bill Clinton in his re-election campaign in 1996. Now, if you remember, 1996 is when Bill Clinton ran for re-election against Bob Dole, was the Republican. And in 1994, Newt Gingrich had led the Republican Party. It was called the Republican Revolution. And Newt Gingrich led the Republican Party to victory in both the House and the Senate in the midterms in 1994. And it doesn't seem like a big deal today, but it was then. In 1994, when Newt Gingrich led the Republicans to gain the majority in the House and the Senate, it was the first time that the Republicans controlled both houses of Congress, like in 35, 40 years at that time, at the same time, okay? They controlled one house, but not the other. But they controlled both houses at the same time for the first time, like in 30, 40 years. And what Republicans were talking about in 94, 95 was very, very popular. So when Bill Clinton was up for re-election in 1996, and this is what the Democrats today are using this same plan. So I wonder who's advising them. It could be James Carville, but Dick Morris was President Clinton's campaign manager in the 1996 race, and Dick Morris came up with this plan that he called triangulation. And what he did is he had Bill Clinton take all of the popular Republican positions and make them his. And Bill Clinton was running in 1996, think about this, a Democrat, was running on welfare reform, welfare to work, and some other conservative ideas. Well, yesterday, AOC, now we've seen a couple things go on, right? We've seen a lot of Democrat establishment people come out against the Democrat Socialists, like Ahmed, whatever his name is, Abdul in Michigan, right? The Muslim Democrat Socialist in Michigan. A lot of very high-profile Democrats have come out not only against him, a lot of Democrats are saying they're going to vote for the Republican, Mike Rogers in Michigan, which I've never heard Democrats say anything like that before. And then yesterday, AOC was on Jonathan Karl on ABC This Week. And Jonathan Karl asked AOC about all these idiotic positions the Democrats felt, defund the police and all this stupidity. And she didn't condemn any of it, but she said, if you remember, AOC said to Jonathan Carl, this was on yesterday's Sunday show, she said, you know, there's a city councilman in my district, and he says that woke one was crazy, and then she laughed. Woke one was crazy. That was her way of distancing herself from all those wacky, stupid ideas like defund the police and men and women's sports, and establish herself as a reasonable Democrat. So the Democrats are pivoting and rebranding themselves as reasonable Democrats fighting against this woke one. What the hell's woke two? Is there a, you know, anyway, that's what they're doing. So they plan on losing the midterms, blaming the Democrat socialists so they can purge them, try to sound like they're conservatives using the Bill Clinton 1996 triangulation strategy. So, and they're going to use that to try to win the presidency in 2028 and the Congress too. That's what they're, and it's so obvious that's what they're doing. I mean, even today, Joe Scarborough was going after the Democrat socialist and Mika. So that's what they're doing, you know, and it's so obvious. If you're new to my channel, my name is Brian Craig. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel. And will it work? Well, it worked for Bill Clinton, right? In 1996, he was reelected, and he destroyed Bob Dole, who was the Republican, by doing just that. But that's what the Democrats are doing. And yeah, that's it. And it was really when I heard AOC say woke one was crazy, and then she laughed. I thought, wow, that's it. So now we're in a woke two. Well, I hope I sound like a Republican, because I am one, a MAGA Republican. No, Iran lost. Iran is devastated. They're a small shell of the country that they were 6 months ago. No, I actually worked my way through college and paid my own way. No loans for college. What do you want to stop? Making America great again? I mean, why would you want to stop that? Iran, what's happened to Iran, what President Trump has done with Iran, he's taken Iran and turned them from a threat that was, you know, Iran was behind October 7th, right? The leading Islamic terror supporter in the world was Iran. And he's reduced them to a nuisance, right? And, you know, they've lost their Navy, their Army, their Air Force, their economy is devastated. They don't have any, their money's worthless. They're no longer the military superpower in the Middle East that they were to intimidate the other Middle Eastern countries. Their power and influence has been greatly reduced. What is great about Trump's America? Well, we have the lowest murder rate in 126 years under President Trump in his second term. He gave us the largest tax cut in history. No tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security. He shut down the border, has had mass deportations. There have been about 1 million new jobs created in Trump's second term. He's getting all the non-English speaking truck drivers that aren't qualified off our highways of America. I mean, the list goes on. Gas is lower than it was under Biden. The rate of inflation is its lowest rate since before George Bush 1 was president, who was elected in, was he elected in 88? So there you go. So those are just a handful of things that he's done. No, we have gained about 1 million jobs in Trump's second term, new jobs. Yep, your comments are right there. I don't even know who you are. Why would I hate you? No, the inflation was over 20% in Otto Penn Biden's administration. No one knows who you are, duck swine. Nobody hates you. Yep. What's wrong with naming things after him? How many things are named after Democrats? A lot. Kennedy Space Center, Johnson Space Center, Kennedy Center. That's right. But that's it. I mean, those are just a few things that are better. No, this is the lowest rate of inflation we've had since the 80s. Mm-hmm. Nope, gas is lower than it was under Biden, much lower. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh, you have no idea what I get paid. Yeah, this is my back porch here in beautiful Florida. You can see it's sunny South Florida, very sunny out today. Oh, it's the truth. It's just not what you want to believe. You want to believe in myths. What did I lie about? Drifting Beamer. Is that the, what flag is that? Is that the Iraqi flag you got there? God does provide. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, we're not going to have a ground war with Iran. I'm sure they would like that. I'm sure they would like that. Born in the U.S., that's not the same thing as being an American. You don't seem like you're a proud American to me. You seem like an angry person. Mm-hmm. Yep, if you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. So, so watch, you're going to see the Democrats start to sound like Republicans. Mm-hmm. Yep. I think, don't you mean Israel is asking Trump to send ground troops? Oh, a Zionist. We got an anti-Semite here. Mm-hmm. Oh, the MAGA movement is bigger than it's ever been right now. Now, I will have a podcast this afternoon where I'll be in the studio taking live calls, so you can call me on the air and call me out on the carpet. That's fine with me. Mm-hmm. Are you kidding me? President Trump's support among MAGA Republicans is over 90%. 93, 94% support among MAGA Republicans in general, over 80%. So it doesn't matter what Democrats think of Trump. They're not going to vote for him or his endorsed candidates anyway, so it doesn't matter. President Trump's approval rating among Republicans is all that matters, and it's over 90% with MAGA Republicans, almost 90% among Republicans overall. Mm-hmm. That's all that matters. Mm-hmm. Oh, no, we've devastated Iran. No, it's a fact. CNN reported that. It's from a CNN report. Mm-hmm. Yep. Oh, yeah, Iran has been devastated. They're no longer a threat to the nations around them. You know, Iran was a military threat. The Iranians are crazy. The Iranian leadership, they're completely insane. Who cares? Who cares about Oman and Iran? You know, it's what the president said. We don't even use the Strait of Hormuz. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. Well, with certain things, you want to use liberal sources so that liberal trolls like you can't say, oh, that's Fox, that's Breitbart. No, international treaties mean nothing. They mean nothing. Yeah, well, we have more oil than any other country in the world. We're the #1 producer of oil in the world. We don't need any of that Iranian oil. China does. Mm-hmm. What's strange about it? Elon Musk is a trillionaire, not a billionaire. He's a trillionaire, the richest man who's ever lived, the richest man on earth, and the richest African American. Elon Musk, he's a trillionaire. Everyone cares about Trump. No, MAGA is not a cult. We're the majority of the people. The Never Trumpers are the cult. A cult's a tiny little thing. The Never Trumpers are the cult. I do not know. Didn't make my health care more expensive. My health care is the same price now that it's been for years and years and years. Inflation was over 20% when Autopin Biden was president. Yep. Yep, he's a trillionaire. The first trillionaire, Elon Musk. Liberals are delusional. Yep, I'll agree with you on that. Yep, but you'll see. You know, you Democrat socialists they're cutting you loose in the Democrat Party. AOC, I mean, the way she was talking, she's a Democrat socialist in name only now. Facts don't matter to liberals, indeed. Making money is not a crime. I know to liberals it is. Democrat socialism is not democracy. It's communism. Really, what social service got cut that people had? He didn't cut any social services. He cut off people that didn't exist, that were getting checks sent somewhere. The Democrats are always crying because they're always losing. Laws could be changed. It was once against the law for women to vote, right? So was it unconstitutional to advocate for the right of women to vote? What is it when a company takes profits from a company for themselves? Communism. Yep. Oh no, Trump just totally wiped out Iran. Not much is left of Iran. It's been pretty wiped out. Yep. Yep. Mission accomplished. AOC is a Zionist now. I don't see how they're turning on AOC. Yep. Iran is essentially just rubble. That is correct. Yep. No, I'm very well educated. I have a college degree. Even AOC is distancing herself from the Democrat socialist. How did we lose? What did we lose? No, we won it. We won it. Believe me, if we had lost, they would be attacking us. They got a couple lucky shots off. That's it. Oh, I know what communism is. See, there's different types of these things. The Democrat Socialist is a front for communism, but it's not the same kind of communism they had in the Soviet Union or Cuba. It's a kind of communism that they think they can sell to the American people. They call it socialism, so people will be more accepting of it. And it's working. I mean, look at you idiots that are buying into it because you don't want to work. You want to sit at home all day and doom scroll. During the Biden administration, inflation was just under 21%. I don't know about what illegal war you're talking about. This war wasn't started by Trump. It was started when Jimmy Carter was president in 1979. Yep. We lost, what, about 19? The Autopin administration, that is correct. Now, if you are new to my channel, make sure you subscribe, okay? You will not want to miss my podcast this afternoon here on YouTube. I will take live calls. I'll be in the studio, air conditioning, not out in this heat that I'm in now. You can see how sunny it is, isn't it? It's beautiful. Beautiful day. This is Florida, man. Trump has accomplished all of his promises. He's got to make new promises. Yep. Yep. Promises made, promises kept. He's got to make new ones. Of course he knows how the trade works. He knows more about money than you and I will. He's forgotten more about money than you and I will ever know. President Trump never said there would be Doge checks. Never. Elon Musk said that. He's not the president. Trump never said there'd be Doge checks. Never. Another liberal urban legend. Democrats are desperate. Yeah, that's true. Yep. It's in the 90s. The heat index is probably about 100, 102 right now. Trump never promised tariff checks either. Nope. Nope. That's something liberals were talking about. Well, listen, guys, I'm going to take off, but don't miss the afternoon podcast. I'm going to cover these things in more detail and a lot more, all right? So make sure you subscribe if you're new to my channel. My name is Brian Craig. This is where MAGA comes to talk.